We don't.
Yeah, we don't. We didn't.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 22nd Annual Garden State Film Festival. We are live at the Shared Universe Podcast Lounge at the Berkeley Hotel in beautiful Asbury Park. Oh, yeah. It's all about framing. It's all about framing. My name is Ming Chen. Sitting next to me is director of photography today, CJ Collin.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, you're satisfied with the shot, CJ?
It's nice. It's just tight.
And again, we have another badass filmmaker sitting to my left. Could you please introduce yourself, my friend?
Hello, guys and world. I am Greg Porper, the writer, director, producer of Don't Tell Larry.
You did it all, huh?
Yeah.
And I should say, I did not do it all. It took a team, but also I have a partner, John Schimke, who unfortunately is not here right now. Maybe he's watching at home, or maybe he's sleeping because he's on the West Coast right now. And he co-wrote and co-directed the movie with me.
Cool. That's amazing. And it's called Don't Tell Larry.
Yes.
We love the title. We got a couple friends named Larry. One in particular that we're thinking of. He also runs film festivals.
We're not going to tell him.
Yeah, we're not going to tell him.
Okay.
Can you tell us about Don't Tell Larry?
Of course. Don't Tell Larry is a dark office comedy. It's a moral cautionary tale about karma, what happens when you tell a one little white lie to the weird guy in the office, and then you want to cover your tracks to compound that lie because you don't want him to find out the truth.
Right, and then it just goes
haywire.
Haywire, absolutely haywire. Yes.
That's fantastic. So, dark office comedy. This is
gotta love it.
This is a genre.
Yes.
Yeah, and why dark office comedy?
Well,
what inspired this?
Yeah, what inspired this? Well, a sick and twisted mind inspired this. But realistically, we had a web series called Don't Tell Larry years ago with Kyle Kennedy, who plays Larry in our movie. I worked with him, as did John. We all met working at an office, working at a reality TV production company. And this gentleman, Kyle, who's a member of the Groundlings, is a very hilarious dude, to the point where every time you just speak with him, you just wouldn't stop laughing.
Right.
He just naturally just so funny. And John and I wanted to make a project about him. And we were working in an office, and we love the office dynamic. There's just always great awkward moments in the office, weird interactions. It's like, why not double down and embrace these weird, awkward reactions we have? And the running joke that we have is every office has that one weird coworker.
Oh, all of them.
But if you don't know who it is, in your office, then it's you.
It's you.
It's you.
It's you for sure.
So that is, it's about someone learning that maybe they're that person.
Yeah, and you've worked in offices, I'm sure.
Yes.
I got out of corporate America. I've been in many offices. And they were very weird, wild places.
Yes.
And I think my best takeaway of working in an office were those wacky stories.
Yeah.
Everything else kind of sucked about it.
Yeah.
For sure. And that was cool. That inspired you for sure.
Yeah.
So you usually write comedy?
Yes, pretty much comedy only, but comedy that usually has a little edge to it.
Okay.
And that usually goes pretty dark, ultimately. I like to take a joke like a step too far.
I think dark comedy is the best, though, right?
They are the best. They really are the best.
Yeah.
And if it's very bad things or something that, like real dark.
And if you're going to I love to make people laugh out loud. I like to make people gasp. I like to surprise people. Exactly, a little bit of the cringe. There's definitely some cringe-tastic humor in this for sure.
I think there's nothing more satisfying when you come up with a funny line, a funny scenario, a joke, you write it down, you shoot it, and then you put it up on screen, everybody else laughs as well.
It's incredibly
so satisfying.
It is so satisfying.
Yeah. And it doesn't always happen. Sometimes it flops and people don't get it, or maybe it wasn't as fun as you thought it was. But when it hits,
it's the best. It's the best feeling.
Yeah.
Do you like going to different screening at different places and just watching different reactions or different laughs at different points? Like, oh, this audience got this joke. Oh, they missed this one.
For sure. And then the crazy thing is there are moments where I'm like, oh, it's probably not going to hit. It's going to be too quick. And then they still laugh. And then there's other times where it's just a rhythm thing, especially in an audience where you have a joke. Exactly. They laugh at the joke, but I'm like, oh, the funnier joke's happening. And they're still laughing from the previous joke. So it's bittersweet because that means they really like the joke, but then they missed the other joke too.
Yeah, for sure. So I think you said your main actor you've worked with for a long time in the Groundlings.
We've worked together, on several projects.
It's a large cast, small cast?
We have 5 main cast members. And then overall, I'd say there's about 12 to 13 don't hold me to that number, but about that.
Smaller
I guess I would
roles.
say that's smaller, yeah.
Yeah, were these mostly people you worked with, or did you have to cast outside?
No, cast outside. So we have some pretty awesome cast members. We have Ed Begley Jr. in our movie, who is a legend, truly a legend, and it was like a pinch me moment on set because
how'd you get Ed?
A lot of I'll get to that moment. Yeah, so a lot of our movie is with improv. There's improv in there because Kyle's in the Groundlings. Our lead actress Patty Guggenheim's also in the Groundlings, who we met through Kyle actually. Yeah. And they are so funny together. And then you have Ed Begley Jr., who is a comedic improv legend. So we hired a casting director, Ricky Masler, and we knew we wanted someone, for this role, this important role of the boss of the office, and to have someone with that background. And so she had a connection to Ed, and she sent Ed the script for us, and Ed read it and was like, I love this.
I'm in.
I'm in. And I was like truly pinching myself. I'm like, this guy's in a mighty wind. There's so many movies he's been in. Arrested Development, Better Call Saul, like just literally so many movies.
Amazing character, actually. He just pops up in everything.
Everywhere. And he's so funny on set, and he's so humbling, and he's so great to work with. So obviously that's when everything felt very real. So he was fantastic. We had Dot Marie Jones, who's been in Glee. She was nominated for 3 Emmy Awards. She's been in so many movies and TV shows over the years as well, and she plays I don't want to spoil too much, but she plays a role that, in contrast to the rest of the movie, she's almost the straight character in this crazy world, but yet because of how straight and serious she takes a role in itself is intentionally, as it should be, very funny as well.
That's fantastic. Where'd you shoot this?
We shot this in Texas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Wow.
Okay, a lot of good office buildings there.
Yeah, so one of the reasons too, so I'm Los Angeles based, as is my partner John. We were shooting this towards the middle end of the pandemic, and we were looking for an office building. And in Los Angeles, it's hard to film in an office and to use a parking lot for parking for a huge crew because
there's no parking in LA.
There's no parking, and they take advantage of the fact that you need this parking lot to film here for a day. Like, that's like $5,000.
Yeah,
like,
for a parking lot, for concrete. Yeah, where in Dallas you could get that for a song.
And we wanted like the Anywhere USA feel, which Dallas had, and there was a producer contact. Brad Keller, who's based in the Dallas area, also read the script and kind of pitched John and I and said, hey, if you guys come here, we have locations, crew, because a lot of the Austin-based crew works also in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Sure. But we scouted probably like 100 office buildings.
Wow. 100?
Around the whole Dallas-Fort Worth area. I took so many different trips because it was a very specific look, because we wanted an office that was already set up, but also had an old feel to it. So we ended up finding an old, like rundown, abandoned architecture firm that closed its doors because of COVID.
Yeah.
The owners came back, took what they wanted, but they left all these papers there, all these binders, but it's like prop. Everything was kind of great for that.
No prop house, we got it.
Like,
exactly.
Hey, built-in production design. Okay, bam, let's
that was a
amazing.
Huge strong point.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so great. And what was the shooting schedule? How long did it take?
Shooting schedule, ultimately, it was 21 shooting days, and we did break because of COVID.
Right.
But that was a blessing in disguise, just because we had a week of overnight shoots, and the weather in Texas is so unpredictable, and it was this was like late January, early February, and we saw the week we were going to be outside. It was like the high of 23, and we're like, that is just no one's going to win in that scenario.
No.
And so the fact though that we were able to push that off, and I said, you know what, if we actually push this off 6 weeks, and I made sure it worked with our main actors we needed for those scenes. We were then able to move it to end of March, April, and just made a world of difference. And even though it was like the low of 40 in the evening, it just was
not 23.
No, it's not 23. And these actors are so incredible because it's so cold outside. You can see their breaths. It's so cold.
In Texas, huh?
Right. But they're acting as if, they're not frigid and freezing. And in between takes, we'd have great crew members that would come in and, cover them in jackets.
Yeah, blankets, hand warmers, all that stuff.
All the heaters, so many heaters.
That's fantastic.
Is this the East Coast premiere? Has it played it?
So this is our New Jersey premiere. We premiered at the Austin Film Festival in the fall. We were at the Big Apple Film Festival in New York.
Big Apple, okay.
We have another upcoming festival screening that I think I can announce, or if not, I'll announce it right now, at the Pasadena Film Festival.
Great film
So that'll be our
Great
LA premiere.
Amazing.
So very excited about that. That's coming up on April 5th. And then we're waiting to hear back from several other festivals, as we're simultaneously right now in talks with different distribution companies to get distribution.
That's amazing. What's the runtime?
Runtime is 94 minutes. That includes credits.
Feature length.
It is this is a feature film. Maybe should have started with that.
Oh, yeah.
When I said 21 days, I would hope that's that 21 days for a short film.
21 days short. It's like, wow, these guys are serious.
Short or pilot-ish, but
half page a day.
Well, that's perfect for comedy, like an hour and a half. Perfect timing.
Yeah, absolutely perfect, for sure. And when is the screening?
The screening is March 24th today, 12:15 at the ASBURY Hall. We're in Block TA13.
All right, ASBURY Hall at the ASBURY Hotel.
Yes, at the ASBURY Hotel.
So right over here, and it's not pouring rain today, so you can walk over.
I know, that's good, yes.
Yeah, so besides scouting over 100 office buildings, finding a parking lot, and trying to find good weather, what was the biggest challenge you faced in shooting this feature film?
Oh, there were so many challenges. But I would say raising funds for the movie was really difficult. I spent 6 months to a year reaching out to pretty much everyone I've ever met in some capacity.
It's like, hey, we'll take anything. But
anything. Well, and then there's also learning how to like just come up with a business plan and create a company and make sure you have the chain of title. All these things that I went to film school, but they didn't really go over these specifics. They taught you how to, they taught you how to do reverse shots, and they taught you the basics, and you learn
not really budgeting,
which
or
is
how
great, but not budgeting, creating the business plan, and I was very lucky because whether it's friends, family, friends, people who diversified from their crypto assets a few years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay, great.
People who have been really supportive of me and our project and are kind of along for the ride. And some are coming out today to support. They've gone to other festivals. And it's very cool to know that I had that support from, it ended up being almost like 4 dozen people.
That's great.
So now that you've done that this time, if your next feature film it'll be easier for you to maybe do that.
Yeah, that is the hope is then to take this finished product, which is exciting because there's been some people who've seen this film at different festivals, or I've sent links to, or someone saw it and they said, oh, this producer needs to see it. So we've started to have a lot of meetings with companies that are very excited about, what's the next project, and the goal, of course, is then for that next project to be funded, so I don't have to deal with that funding directly myself.
Yeah, and you have finished products like, hey, I've done this is what I could do. The next one's going to be maybe
just as good, and give us even more resources, and we can
we need more comedies out there. There's not as many feature dark comedies anymore.
I know, and I missed that. I missed those comedies from the 90s, the early 2000s. I really think there's still such an audience for it.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
and we were saying, especially at film festivals, even a lot of drama, a lot of horror, thriller.
Yes.
The comedies, not so much. So
it's hard to be funny. It's hard to get that.
It is tough to be funny, and that's the truth too. Like, comedy doesn't do as well internationally, and we knew that going in because there's a literal translation.
Right.
I do think there's some elements of our movie that translate well, and we'll see as we take this out to market soon and see what it's like in the international market. But I understand from a marketing standpoint why people shy away from comedy, but the audiences want comedy. People want to laugh. People want to escape. Our world's a pretty dark place. Even if it's a dark comedy, if you're still laughing.
You're still laughing. You're laughing.
You get to escape the real world for 90 minutes or 94 minutes.
I really miss going to a movie theater and just laughing out loud. I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do too.
I think that's for a couple reasons. Yeah, they're just pure comedy is a lost art right now, and then there's so many things you can't say anymore.
Yeah,
and I think that cuts into a lot of the comedy as well. But I'm glad you're keeping the genre going strong and amazing, and great luck with your screening. So 12:15 at the ASBURY Hall.
Yep.
And soon.
It's coming up in the next hour and change.
Hour and a half. So great luck. I'm sure the reaction will be great here.
Thank you so much.
And congrats on getting in this film festival.
Very excited to be here. And also, I grew up in New Jersey as well.
Where'd you grow up?
North Jersey, Bergen County.
Oh, welcome home, my friend.
Yeah, so this is actually very satisfying as well, just to premiere in my home state. It's a very full circle moment.
Yeah, for sure. And you flew all the way out here from LA, so that's
of course,
that means a lot to the organizers. I know this too. We love welcoming people, but we're welcoming you back home, though.
Yeah, it's great to be. I've never been to Asbury Park before. Asbury Park's beautiful.
It is.
Yesterday, there was so much rain, but the day before, I was able to go on the boardwalk and just check out the town a little more.
It's a great time of year to do it, because if you come down here after Memorial Day,
it's crowded.
I can only imagine how crowded it would be.
Yeah, for sure. So, great luck. Again, Asbury Hall, 12:15.
Yep.
Don't tell Larry, everybody.
Don't tell Larry. But you could tell people named Larry to come and see the film.
Yes.
Yes.
You hear that, Larry? You hear that, Larry?
Larry, are you watching? Larry.
For all the Larrys out there in the world.
Larrys out there. Yes, we're inviting you to Don't Tell Larry.
Yes, perfect.
He can come down. He has enough time. He's up North Jersey himself.
Yeah, and with that in mind, if you're watching this, we have films running for the next 5, 6, 7 hours. So come on down. It's true. They're going all the way until 5:30. So. But again, great luck, my friend. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Being CJ, pleasure meeting you both.
Yeah, for sure. GSFF.org for tickets and info. And keep watching. We're going to be here all day. So thanks again, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Don't tell Larry.